One day, me and my partner at the time decided to go for a drive out of town. Not too far, just out in the country suburbs within the district. We decided to take a bush trail through the forestry. It wasn't the best place to drive my car, but we were on an adventure, so we took it steady. Along the way we would see motorbike riders riding past us along the trail. This was pretty common, as it was a popular place motorbike riders like to ride their dirt bikes, as you can't legally ride them on the road. We kept driving and we came to another road. I knew where we were, but I had just remembered that there was a big quarry very close by to where we were. We took the next road and sure enough it brought us to a quarry. We got out and had a look around. There was a big high cliff made within the quarry. I'm not sure how high it was, but it was pretty high up. I remember when I was a kid my parents would take us there to look for fossils. That's what made me remember this place. We were there for a good half an hour, just foraging around, and then we decided to leave. We both went back to the car and realised that one of my tyres were down. I must have picked up a nail or something. I had a look at the tyre, and sure enough, that's what happened. It was time to change a tyre. Although we were about to run into another problem. The car jack out of my car was missing. How could we change a tyre without a car jack? And why wasn't the car jack in the car? I had to call someone to come out and help. I figured I'd call one of our mates to come and help. He said he'd be there soon. In the meantime, it was starting to get dark, so we just waited in the car. About 15 minutes into the wait, we were just talking about random stuff when we started to hear a funny noise coming from the surrounding bush. It sounded like a whip cracking sort of noise. Then we hear a loud shout of some sort in the distance. This startled us a bit, and we kept listening. Any birds that were singing now had stopped, apart from one or two birds chirping away in the trees. It started to get really quiet. Then we heard the whip cracking noise again, and it sounded like it was getting louder and closer. Then it stopped again. Then, followed by a loud pitched laugh. It almost sounded like a clown laughing. My heart was starting to race. What the hell was that? We were both hoping that our mate would be there soon, because we both felt freaked out and quite vulnerable at this stage, as we were stuck there with this going on. Then we heard another noise. This time it sounded like sticks banging together, followed by a shout, and then the laugh again. I had my headlights on now, but that made no difference at all. Whatever was out there in the bush was trying to scare us, or making their presence known. Next minute, we see headlights coming up from behind us. It was our mate. As soon as he got out of his car, he heard the laughing. What the hell was that? Yeah, that's what we've been listening to for the past 20 minutes. There's something, or someone out there. We quickly changed the tyre and put the spare on, and just as we were about to leave, there was something moving behind one of the trees on the edge of the clearing. We couldn't see it clearly, but it looked like a person, moving from behind one tree to the next, trying to stay out of sight. It almost looked like a shadow. We didn't bother to stick around and we got out of there. On our way back into town, we discussed what we had just heard and seen. Was it some sort of entity, or was it just a person? Could it have been supernatural? And what was it doing out there? We still don't know to this day, and I haven't actually been back to that quarry ever since.